this morning already, I think, symbolizes some of the things I've been through over the last 3+ decades. Because I woke up this morning after a great meal last night, where I probably ate and also to an extent, not that I drink at all, but had a little too much of everything. Not in the mood to get out of bed, and didn't feel I'd be able to make it. And no matter what, the deadline is 6 a.m. With exception, the absolute latest I could walk in at 6 o'clock in order to start the show. So it's funny that this morning I was just not in the mood to do this, and I started thinking about all the different mornings that have been so difficult, whether it's not feeling well, or just completely fatigued, or snowstorms, or really cold weather. All those things are just so detrimental when you're getting up early in the morning, and definitely affects your movement. I sometimes think about what it would be like to do this job in a good weather spot, in a place like LA or Miami, or of course parts of Israel, where weather and things like that would not be a factor. And you wouldn't have to bundle up on certain mornings, and you wouldn't have to have an umbrella that you're trying to balance with all the stuff you're carrying and all the other things that are going on at the same time. The top question is always, when does he daven? And over the years, I have come up with a standard answer, which is either before, during, or after the show. Today's clearly going to be one of those afters, because we are preoccupied before, and the during looks like, based on some of the stuff that happened overnight, it looks like the show is going to be completely full today. And after, at some point, hopefully before midday, I'll have an opportunity to stop and daven. One of the drawbacks of working in a place that really has only one high-quality active studio is that I never get a chance to prepare in the studio itself. So all my preparation has to be, it's one of the reasons why there's, one of the secrets why there's so much music in the first half hour. I'm basically setting up and preparing for the show, or finishing preparation for the show during this half hour.
Five minutes after 6 a.m. Good morning, everybody. My name is Nachum Siegel. Welcome to a Friday, Erev Shabbos. This is your Jewish Moments in the Morning radio program.
Frankly, it's almost impossible for someone to believe that one person can do everything that's going on here during the show. Most people find it very hard to believe that there's nobody here on a regular basis helping me. There are times, of course, that there are people helping me, and I have a whole team on certain occasions, but that's why this is a very intense, draining experience. As you can see, I mean, I'm completely on for 3 hours, and then at 9 o'clock I need at least a few minutes just to unwind, because it's just like, you know, it is a draining experience. It's to stay alert as to every single thing that's coming up, and the clock, and to make it part of you is very hard.
Have a fabulous Shabbos, great weekend until Monday. Nachum Siegel reminding you, remember the past, live the present, and trust the future.
It is exhilarating every time. I mean, I joke like so many other people do about the stuff that they love. I've never worked a day in my life, and I honestly and truly believe that. But I would say about 9 o'clock, there are two things that happen at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is a very draining time. Like now I feel, now it's 9:25 as we speak, now I feel I'm sort of getting back to myself. I am now in touch with myself about how hungry I am right now. about, which I was not thinking about, certainly not an hour ago, maybe not even a half hour ago. But now I feel hungry. I'm getting into the regular day. I'm off from that high, and it's draining. I think I have proven just from you observing me for 3 hours that it is a fun-filled, action-packed show that is never stopping. That you never stop being on. You're always on, always thinking of the next step, and always trying to stay a step ahead. So it's a very draining experience to get to the end of the show. And you asked about pressing that button. Because of the way I am, every time I press that button at 9 a.m., every single time, I have some regret. And I'm careful the way I say it because it's not a real regret. But there's something going through my head about what could have been different about this morning show. This morning show is solid. But I am telling you that I have been thinking or subconsciously making myself aware over the last 25 minutes of things that could have been different this morning, of things I could have said differently, of questions I could have asked differently, and certainly of things that happened during the show, musical selections, etc., that I could have either presented better or done differently. And that happens to me every single time. That's a constant.
Again, Ella.